Alright, I'm going to talk to you about special system of equations. And previously, when we've talked about system of equations, we've talked about when we graph them, that their solution is where the two lines that are in the system, where the two lines cross or touch. Well, I'm going to give you some examples of some special systems where the lines may not necessarily cross or touch, or what may, other possibilities of what may happen, I should say. Alright, so let me give you this first example. We have y equals 3x plus 1 and y equals 3x minus 5. For the top equation, I'm going to go ahead and graph it. It's in slope-intercept form. My y-intercept is 1, so I'm going to come up here and put a dot at the 1. And I know these lines are already here, but I just did that because it's easier for me to do that ahead of time. So we're just kind of and the slope is 3, so that means I'm going to go from my y-intercept, I'm going to go up 3 and then go over 1 and put a dot. And so you can see here I've graphed the line. I'm going to put arrows on it because this line goes on forever in each direction. For our next one, I'm going to do that one in blue. Y equals 3x minus 5. Our y-intercept is negative 5, so I'm going to come down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put a dot. And my slope is 3, which again, remember, 3 is the same thing as 3 over 1. So that's a rise of 3 and a run of 1. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, and then go over 1, and I'm going to put a dot. And again, these lines go on forever, so I'm going to put arrows. Well, when you're looking at these two, if the solution to the system is where they cross or touch, and these two do not cross or touch, that means that there is no solution to this system because these lines are parallel. And I know they're parallel because they have the same slope. So even without graphing it, I could tell that these two lines are going to be parallel to each other because of this slope. But graphing just makes it a little bit easier to see. So these two lines are parallel. They're never going to cross or touch, which means that there is no solution to this system. So you would just write no solution. Now let me give you a different scenario. Let's say we have these two equations, and the top one is y equals negative 2x plus 4, and the bottom equation is 4x plus 2y equals 8. So let me graph the top one. The y-intercept is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and let me move it up a little bit. Alright, and the slope is negative 2, which is like negative 2 over 1. So I'm going to go down 2 over 1, and I'm going to put a dot. Connect the dots. Here is my line. This is the graph of the first equation. Well, now let's look at the second one. It is already in standard form, so I could graph it using x and y intercepts, but I'm going to write it in slope-intercept form just to show you. So I'm going to rewrite this. So I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. So I have 2y equals, I'm going to go ahead and swap it, so it's negative 4x plus 8. Divide both sides by 2. So y is equal to, this is going to be negative 2x, because this whole thing is divided by 2. So that's divided by 2, and this is divided by 2, plus 4. Well, you should notice that you have the same equation here. So if I go graph this, it's going to have the exact same points. The y-intercept is 4, the slope is negative 2, so it's going to look the exact same. Again, the solution to a system is where the two lines cross or touch. And these two lines are right on top of each other, which means that they're always going to cross or touch. And because the arrows are going on, it shows that the lines keep going on forever, which means they go on to infinity. So there's an infinite number of solutions. So the answer to this is infinite solutions. So just to review, systems of equations, there's 3 different outcomes. One is that there's going to be one solution, and just a quick little sketch of what that would look like. That's a terrible sketch. But anyway, it's where the two lines cross or touch. No solution is if the lines are parallel. And infinite solutions is if the two lines graph, if it's the same equation, if the two graphs look the exact same, but they're right on top of each other. Okay? So systems of equations can have one solution, no solution, or infinite solutions. It's not going to have 2 solutions. It's not going to have 3. These are your only choices for a system.